Three, two, one, fire. Hey, yo, this is the L. That's the B. This is the L hour. The L. I can't even have the wrong coffee cup. The LB hour. It's a
B is for
pound
bald.
hour, ladies and
B
gentlemen.
is B is for bald spot.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. It's beautiful. B is for beautiful. There you
Thank
go.
you.
If you just gotta share the rest of it. Make it down to make it a
Yeah.
tough
Well,
guy.
it's National Brian Grazer Day.
I don't know who Brian Grazer
He's
is.
the partner of Ron Howard.
Really?
Yeah, National
Well,
Brian Grazer.
You know, that's what you need to do is just basically put some stuff in your hair and you're just like him. There you go.
Yeah, he played Dopey in the Italian version of Happy Days. So they added Dopey.
Like Snow White, Dopey.
But he had the wild hair, and he talks about how he was kind of crazy when he was young, and he hooked up with Ron Howard, and they made history with Splash and all that stuff.
Wow.
And he,
so there you go. You got his hair. There you go.
Yeah, and he sent me this coat. So there you go.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I got mine from the set of the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Peaky freaking Blinders, baby.
You're basically your man crush, Cillian,
yeah.
Cillian Murphy. He's almost too attractive, and that's okay.
I was going with Cillian Murphy, but you know, maybe it's Killian.
I looked it up, and I think it's Killian, which is weird with the C, but we'll take it.
Yeah, well, no, that's okay because I'm Christian, not Shishin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, when you meet him, we'll find out for sure what it is. But somebody will probably prank you, tell you it's what it's not.
Oh, tell him, tell Killian this is hi.
Just say, Mr. Murphy.
Mr. Murphy, yes.
Oh, no. Mr. Murphy, you're a fine actor.
Yeah, now you gotta find our bits. We gotta figure out our our
Friday bits.
Our bits, no, our coins.
Bit, yeah.
Killian Crypt. I don't know. Killian Crypto. There you go.
It's fun though to think of it words. Any words that rhyme with it.
Well, I think Killian Crypto is not bad.
Killian. I like that name.
Yeah.
He's just he went head to head with Tom Hardy in the scene, and man, it was some powerful acting. And
yeah, it was. It definitely was. Tell you what, I was not a fan of his until this show because
I was the same way. He bugged me, but he
bugged me when he was in Batman's. I remember him in.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's been in a lot of stuff, but the Batman's, he's been in 2 of those, and I didn't like him.
Yeah, well, he redeemed himself there though with this show. This thing is putting him on the map. He's got to be winning awards, I would think.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Every actor in that show is incredible. It's just the brother that's older, and he has just got a chip on his shoulder. I mean, it's amazing. And the younger brother's just a thug. He's a tough. Just that's all he is one thing.
The older brother, you mean?
No, the older brother's crazy and he has issues. The younger brother's more of a thug. He just wants to prove to the older brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And then the little brother, I don't know much about him yet. He's coming into his own.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's cool.
Which is what Pee Wee Herman was doing at that theater. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, no, I heard he was coming to somebody else, but
No, he was alone. It was just him, I think, a solo act. Very interesting morning. Very interesting.
What, today or
yeah, I might be on a case now. I got this guy messaged me. His name's Brian with a Y, and I won't give up too much information about him, but he's got some challenges, but we're buddies, and we're working on a show called Brian and Brian, and it was about 1.5 years ago, and then the COVID hit, a little over a year. So I get a message from him this morning. I'm excited. So I'm like, hey, do you have Zoom? I thought it'd be fun to Zoom with him and tell jokes. And I said, check with your job coach so there's no problem, you know. And he goes, hey, I need, do you got a Cash App? And then right then I knew it wasn't him. He'd never do that. But I go, you know, I got a Cash App. And then he goes, can you send me 50? I go, come on. You said you wanted that mini bike. Let's go 500. The guy's all excited. So at noon, I'm supposed to give him 500. So I have several hours to get a hold of Facebook, find out, and they'll find out who he is. It's not my buddy. It's obviously an imposter, but about a week ago, I got another friend request from him thinking, oh, he just lost his password. But now I think we're on to something. So this is
good. I get those a lot. It's kind of fun to do that stuff. I've been actually dealing with my Uncle Tim. That's just funny because I don't have an Uncle Tim, but I call Uncle Tim
Yeah.
Tim Harris. My friend Zach, his family, they have an uncle named Tim. I
Yeah.
call him Uncle Tim. So this guy contacted me just last week or about 4 or 5 days ago, and it was hey, hello, how are you? And I'm like, well, that's weird. I haven't heard from you in a long time. I'm like, it's just not usual that he would do that. But oddly enough, he's not. It's just he's an interesting character anyway. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
how are you? And it dawns on me, I'm like, it's probably a scam. Why is he talking to me? And then pretty soon, I just played along with him, just listening to his stuff. And he's like, do you have do you know about the government grant that's available? I'm like,
Uh,
oh, then I'm like,
yeah, you got a guy that you're supposed to know, and he's going to throw that at you. Right there, you're suspicious.
and I'm like, no, Uncle Tim, I said, no, Uncle Tim, I don't know about that. And he's like, oh yeah, you can get, I got like $100,000 for free with just grants. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. What are you going to do with it? You can give it towards me because that's so you can throw it towards me for the nonprofit stuff that I deal with if you want. I'm yanking his chain now. I'm like, okay. He's
Yeah.
like, well, don't you want some too? I'm like, oh, of course I do. And then he's like, all day yesterday, while you were here, actually,
Mm,
while you're here, I'm dealing
yeah,
with
that
this
was
guy.
weird.
It's funny because I didn't tell you about that, but yeah.
Well, I saw that he was bugging the hell out of you. I didn't know the details, but I knew some fake guy was just riding you because you had
Yeah.
talked about the real guy before.
Well, the thing is that so he had texted. I mean, I yanking this guy's chain, and he goes, "Well, let me send you up with an agent, a claim agent." And I'm like, "Yes, go ahead, set up the claim agent." And he's like, this guy texts me, "Hey, I'm so and so. How would you like your money? You need to fill this paperwork out, yada yada yada." So I go, oh, I can't do that right now. I go, well, I need the information from my bank, obviously, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And this guy's he's not asking for bank information. He's asking for, not yet, but he's asking for a lot of other things. And I go, huh. I said, I'm not sure how to, where this grant is coming from. And I said, tell me the name of the grant and so forth. I'll look up and do it for you. And he tells me FedEx, yada yada, FedEx, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting grant. Anyways, the guy says, I just quit talking to him. The other guy is like, starts messing with me on Facebook saying, hey, did you talk to that guy? Did you talk to him? And I said, yeah, I talked to him. I'm kind of, I got things to do. I'll get back to him after lunch, and yada yada. And then he texts me back and says, did you talk to that guy yet? I'm like, oh yeah, I did talk to him. And he goes, I said, I'm not familiar with some stuff. I said, I want some information for what kind of grant it is. And he goes, I told you what kind of grant it is. I'm like, after a while, I go, you didn't tell me, Uncle Tim. That guy did. Because it was the same fucking guy. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Same guy, and he's just messing with me this way. He's coming in two different angles. You know what I mean? That's how good they are. There's like,
Yeah.
talk to that guy. Well, like, well, shit, okay, well, I'll talk to that guy. So I just playing with it. And then finally, I shut them down. But I already on Facebook, I had contacted them probably 4 different times to say, hey, this guy is using somebody else's account. So you can finally I blocked him at the very end of it. But yeah, I get a lot of that stuff, and I think it's kind of funny that people like to do that.
Well, this guy wasn't very good because one, he didn't study the guy, Brian, the other Brian, because you would know how he talks, and he wouldn't have talked like that. So, but I acted like I was really into it and wanting to give him 500 for that mini bike. And so at noon, I got to talk to him again, but I may not have to. I'm going to try to get Facebook on this and show him screens and stuff so they can take care of it because they could probably bust the guy.
Maybe it's a hard one to do. They really are.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get into, I was dealing with this guy for a few days, trying to lure him in, and keep giving Facebook messages to them saying, hey, this guy is using somebody else's account, trying to harass me, type of thing, whatever. But I was still playing with him, and
Well, I could say my caregiver won't let me use my Cash App, but will let me mail you a check.
Yeah.
And they might give an address, but that's going to be hard. I thought just put Facebook on it because Facebook could even create a fake page of mine or something and find out who the guy is. But I think they'll be able to figure it out just based on his profile.
Well, I hope so. I don't know if they actually what they do with that. I mean, it's you'd think they would, but um,
I don't think
I
they
mean,
care too much about us getting ripped off, but that's okay.
well, also on this one in particular, um, so it goes to Facebook. You go to his profile. His profile goes directly to Twitter, not to Facebook, which is weird. I've never seen that one before, but yeah, I was like, what? So he has a Twitter account or
Well, that's good. I'll check this guy's.
yeah.
That's pretty weird.
I'll always check it out, you know. And
Yeah.
obviously I never give somebody money that I didn't know, but
Well, I was excited when he messaged me, and then I realized it was fake pretty quick.
okay, yeah. So
That was kind of cool.
I mean, I've been a couple days dealing with this guy. You can't see it very well, but it's like, you know,
Yeah, I'm not
basically
going to
he's saying-
spend much more time, but
Yeah, no. Well, no.
I'd love to see him get caught. That would be
The
cool.
reason why I do that, honestly, is because I know that he's fucking with me, and I just like to make sure he's not mess somebody else. If he's taking the time to deal with me, then guess what? He's taking away the time from somebody else. You know, I'm taking away somebody else's time. I'm not gonna give into this. I know way better than that. You know what I mean? Oh, this is
Well,
like
I'm realizing now it might be him because I went to his profile and it's all his stuff, all his friends and everything. So,
well, yeah, but it's
well, I don't want to mess with the guy if it's actually him.
it's not him.
I'll find out if he still works where he used to work. I'll just go over and talk to him. If it's not him,
It's not him.
we
I
can
know it's
talk
not.
about it. I'll just see how he's doing.
This is government slash or dot federal access, federalgrantaccess.com, all these other websites.
Yeah.
This guy talked about. It's stupid. It's just, but I don't want to click on something because I know that it'll go to a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I hate about that is that all of a sudden,
Yeah. I'll find out if this is the right guy. I wonder if when they steal a profile, can they steal the whole thing on a guy? Because
They
it's
can steal
got
everything.
posts and everything. It's got all this stuff. It may actually be him. I don't want to freak him out. That's the other part is you could freak the guy out. Turns out it is him. And he's thinking I'm going to give him $500. You there?
yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna have to relook at this now because I looked at it one thing.
Yeah. I
It
gotta
pops on this
find out. I'll
Federal
find out if it's really him. But I just ask him where he's working now. If he gets back to me, that's cool. Yeah, it's pretty weird. There's always somebody out there trying to rip you off.
Yeah, and so and this one, so this one instead of saying federalgrant.gov, right?
Yeah.
This asshole actually has gov.federalgrantaccess.com. So it looks like a gov site because it says
Yeah.
gov.gov, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was
So-
watching a thing this morning before that. It's kind of weird on scams, Facebook scams.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
them out there. Oh, we were talking a while back about back in 85, I did that group called the Smiles Club and it went really well. And I forgot what event we did, but it turns out we did the BMX bike race. We had like 500 people there. And I still know some of the people I worked on with that, you know, from the parks and everything, Jim Zonich, and it was a cool thing. But the reason I was talking about it is this jacket, 1985. This was actually in style in 1985. This belonged to TJ, the dancing DJ, but he moved on, became a stripper. So I wouldn't let him take the coat and use this name as a stripper. So he had to buy new coats. But it was pretty
TJ
cool. We did
Smells.
one big event, and it raised a bunch of money for the parks department and the kids. And then there were over 100 racers. It was in 1985. 100 BMX bike racers showed up. You were about
love it.
12.
Huh?
Was
What's that?
Yeah, you would have been 12 when it happened.
Yeah, I probably saw it. It was over at the.
Oh, it was
bike
everybody
park.
was there. Every kid I'd ever seen was there. It's crazy. I've met kids since then that won trophies.
Yeah, That was fun times back then, man, when they had that bike parking over there.
Yeah, that was good. That was during the Rad days where there was a movie called Rad and people were always talking BMX. So
Yep, I
we put
had
it
my
together.
BMX. I was over there and I tried to do some stuff. I never got into it really, really
Yeah.
well, but I had some friends that were absolutely and neighbors who were so good. I mean, they made it on like BMX magazines, doing
Yeah.
all their pictures and stuff, you know.
We had some good ones. Seth Law Revere, he was about 10 at the time, and he was really good. He was from the Peters, the kid's grandkid of Peter. And yeah, I still see kids that were in that race. And I got to be the announcer. I did play by play. It was awesome. It was like a coming out event. I just lied and said I was a professional, and they let me do it.
Yeah, but whatever works.
Well, plus it saved us money. They were going to hire a guy for a couple hundred. I said, no, we're not going to throw 200 at a BMX bike announcer.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I just did it.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
we
awesome.
in my neighborhood, we had some good bike riders. There was Keith Glenn and a Paul Glenn, and they were in
were probably in it. They might.
yeah, I'm sure they were. They were in all the magazines and they had the biggest and best bikes, or not biggest bikes, but the best bikes, and
Yeah.
they get flip upside down, do all kinds of cool stuff, you know. And they had a half pipe in their backyard, or a quarter pipe in their backyard.
Yeah. So your age and people a little younger would have been all over that. It was like 10 to 13 type stuff.
Well, they would have been in the class of '89. And
they might have been too old by then, because the oldest kid seemed to be about 13. It was amateur and it was wild. It was.
I remember being over that. I remember being over there though about that. So
yeah, that was such a cool event, and it was run by the Parks Department at the time, and the board came in and we had a meeting. We just came up with the idea because we wanted to raise funds for the parks.
Well, I don't know if that's even anything like that is going like that's going on right now or not. With
no, it was awesome. But biggest thing was insurance, but they got $1 million policy for the day, but that's even way more now. It was pretty cheap.
Well, it's usually now for $1 million policy for a day is usually about $200 or less.
Yeah, it might have been like 40 back then or 60. It was cool. And we kept the cost way down. We didn't pay anybody for anything.
Yeah, no, I deal with umbrella policies and stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Insurance was our only cost.
Yep.
We're under $100, I think, for cost. I mean, we got to use the park for the day, but
well, yeah,
probably electricity. But like anybody that did anything did it for free, and it was cool. It was a great community event, and
yeah,
we showcased that park.
We need to do more community events. I mean, I know there's lots of there's some out there already, you know, that aren't they're underutilized. So we need to make sure.
Yeah, well, that's a good one because it's physical and the kids are exerting themselves and competing, and they were so happy. And the trophies we gave out just to the winner of each class, and they loved those trophies. Those were free too from, I think, Emerson's. Free trophies. Emerson's trophies made it for free. Didn't charge us a dime.
Sure, yeah, that's cool.
They're awesome. Gone now, but there's something else going. There's an engraving place.
There's a couple of them. I think I've bought a lot of trophies for different things.
I always get them for free if I can. People will donate trophies. The companies will, because it's good promotion.
It can be, yeah, definitely.
Well, if you're a good business, if you're a crappy business, don't have your product out there, because then people will find out you suck. But Emerson's was top notch. They were always on time. They did exactly, never a mistake, never a grammatical error, nothing. They were just excellent. So
speaking of grammatical errors, is it grammatical or is it grammatical?
I'm not sure. I got to look it up.
You said that, I'm going.
There is a difference. Jack Malone, the great Jack Malone, former owner of Brestlers, he talks about stuff like that. I miss him because he used to correct me constantly.
Well, I don't know either what is right, grammatical or grammatical, but when you said that, it made me sound like you go, all right. Like grammatical. There you go.
Well, let's look it up. I'll look up, is it
ladies and gentlemen, is it RG or is it
Yeah, what do you think it is? Do you think it's grammatical or grammatical?
Well, I've been familiar with the grammatical. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know where I got grammatical, but that's a good word.
See, there you go.
It's a good new word. Let's look it up. Is it grammatical or grammatical? Let's scroll down. Grammatical is an adjective. It's Acceptable is a correct sentence or clause is determined by the rules, blah, blah, blah.
I can't see anything here, Brian. You're
You
not
can't see it.
showing
I
us
got you
anything.
on share. You can't see
There
this.
you go. Yep. I see that right there. Yep.
Grammatical is an adjective. It's a grammatical error. But I'm not seeing grammatical. Okay, so that's an adjective. Let's look up grammatical. Could be that I made up a word.
I think it's great that you did that in the process of talking about grammatical errors. It was perfect.
I don't think there is a word.
I don't think there is either, but it worked great. So
Grammatical. It's a grammatical for me. Yeah, they're not giving me much for grammatical.
try try GRAMMER. Miracle. Error slash. Yeah. But I love it because I just called you on the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a grammatical like that.
That's a
I
great
thought
one,
there's-
folks. Don't talk about grammatical errors when there are grammatical errors being made.
Is grammatical a word? We're gonna find out today. And if it isn't, we're gonna make
Oh, it
it.
changed on you.
Oh, those liars.
I know.
Another scam. Look it up here. Grammatical.
Like I said, I would use the ER, but it's up to you.
Well, ER is Kelsey Grammer, so it would definitely not be that.
True, but I was thinking error. So
Yeah, there is no grammatical. Okay, I made it up.
there you go, folks.
Either
One
that
for
or
the-
they just, yeah.
One grammatical thing. for
Oh, which word is proper? Quora. This is where people think they know things. Have you ever gone to Quora and they have questions and stuff and people act like experts?
I'm not sure.
Studying, this guy, Greg Pringle, studied linguistics. Huh.
But not how grammar's
He
on.
says it doesn't exist. Well, there you go.
Bam, baby.
This
Finally
was
got you in
well,
grammatical
they were
errors.
even discussing it in their college class. My grammar professor made a strong argument for grammatically. Ultimately, it was decided that either is acceptable. I'm going to go with the professor. Thank you, Tamika Sanchez. She's a cook in Racine, Wisconsin.
You know what? The professor was lost at sea for many years after that because of
Yeah.
because of him saying that. So let's just
Let's
go.
get a
after
professor
grammatical.
said it's a word. And then some angry lady, or a former English teacher, Elizabeth Henderson, said, you could have resolved the question for yourself in a glance through any dictionary in less time than it took you to type it. So she's mad. And then she
It was
doesn't.
grammatical, not grammatical.
Yeah. And she's saying she won't tell you what it is.
Well, she just knows that there's only one grammatical.
Well, but the professor, she's an English teacher, former. He's a professor.
Just because there's two people that are wrong, don't mean.
Well,
two wrongs
that's
don't
what
make
I'm
it right.
saying. We don't have an answer yet.
Yeah, it does. It says basically two wrongs don't make it right.
No, it's a professor said it's either one, and an English teacher said it's only grammatical. So we haven't got the answer fully yet. Let's
Well,
look up a dictionary.
there's a dictionary. There you go. It's
There
got
you
to be
go.
up there.
Actual dictionary.
The old Webster. The old
Yeah, it's
Webster.
funny though because you
Yeah,
have
look in
two.
the Webster.
Well, think about it. You have two people, and they both studied English, and they disagree on a very basic thing.
Yeah, but you gotta see if Gary Coleman or Webster has it.
Well, that's
It's either
why,
Gary Coleman.
our world's in trouble because nobody's an expert anymore because you can just say one thing and the other person says another.
I guarantee you, Wikipedia probably says there has one on there, but because somebody else pushed it in there, pushed it right into the-
Wikipedia is half-wits like me, so I'm going to go with old Webster.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Brian Calhoun.
There you go.
Ethan Calhoun, it is. Ethan Brian Calhoun here studying the word grammatical or grammatical for those who are
There is
grammatically
grammarian. There is the word grammarian, which means an expert. And I'm seeing no grammatical, so it's grammar school. No,
I love it.
there you go. So there is no grammatical at this point. We're going to go with it, and we're going to vote for the girl that's a English teacher beat the college guy. Proving
I'm a vote.
proving once again that college is a waste of time. No, just kidding.
Well, grammatical. Ladies and gentlemen, the word grammatical will stay in the dictionary. It will stay in there for many years to come.
So grammatical errors. I'm not sure what even we were talking about, but that's good.
Well, I'm not certain you brought the word grammatical up, so they were like, "What is that?" I'm like, "All right." I love that.
It's a
It was good.
grammatical that I even knew anything. There you
It
go.
was
That's
that-
good.
Yeah, it
Now
was.
there'll
It
be
was a
some
good-
professor coming out claiming that we were both wrong somehow.
Well, but here's the deal. You had the ability to go back and grab that little dictionary off your little back thing there,
Webster.
and that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Noah
That's a visual.
Webster.
That's a visual aid. I like having that right there. You're like, boom, and the,
Yeah.
you know, like on my phone, my computer doesn't really show us how passionate you are. You got a book, boom, and that's how passionate you are. You have the grammatical errors right there, and you've proven that although you were not correct, you can figure it out real quick with having that.
Yeah.
You have actually a book behind you. So
Well, the
I've got
reason
pictures.
I don't trust Wikipedia is anybody can change it. I went to a movie Kurt Russell was in, changed one name to mine, put my name in there. Kurt Russell starring this, and then I wrote that he went to in scene 4, he went to this gas station, and the clerk Brian Calhoun. They left it in for like several days. Then I got fired from Wikipedia. They won't let me edit anymore. But I had 4 days I was in there in a Kurt Russell Wikipedia. Thank you. It was
What?
actually the Kurt Russell Wikipedia.
Oh, well, that's kind of interesting.
3 days.
Well, I think that you know, you gotta figure out how many people are posting stuff in there in regards to like Barack Obama or whoever.
Yeah.
They put their own, and they'll take a picture of it and send it saying, "Hey, you know, it says right here in Wikipedia that he was the head of the Nazi tribe out of Africa or whatever."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They say some stupid shit sometimes, and
But the Wikipedia goes through that, and it usually doesn't last very long. My son Keenan and I, when he was about 13, maybe 15, we got a thing in there about the Jehovah Witness Church. We had a thing about people in the Midwest making exploding doors. So when they knocked on the door, it exploded the Jehovah Witnesses because they were tired of it. And that stayed on for 15 minutes.
oh, that's
And
fun.
we showed it to all the friends, all of us there. Yeah, we're on Wikipedia with a lie. And then they took it away. But after I got banned from Wikipedia, they said, but you can still go on and make corrections in grammar, which now if they know about this, I can't do that either. But they'd let me correct them, but not add any info.
What about if your name is Kelsey? Can you add grammar?
We got some people out here with ladders.
Ladders?
The roof doctor, they're right in front of my house.
Wow.
In Washington, just for doing that, you can homeowner can actually shoot them. It's an old law. It's a Kelso law.
I'm sending you, by the way, just in case you didn't have it. Did you have this or did I not send it to you? The video of Colin Mockery.
Colin Mockery. You can send it to me. I want to see it.
I did send it to you.
Colin Mockery.
Then if you want to show it on here, we can do that.
He's
And I don't
made a
think it's a bad
mockery
thing
of.
at the moment.
He's made a mockery
moment,
of your
I don't
idea. In his
Huh?
case, making a mockery is a good thing.
You ain't kidding. Yeah, you ain't kidding. But
Okay, so I'm gonna try to find this Colin Mockery of star of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
anyways, that's right. So
Whose line is it anyway?
yeah, it's kind of exciting because
I'd rather have it. Whose line is it? Anywho.
right. Yeah, no, that's not bad. And I would love if my brain was as witty as it once was. I think I could do that no problem. I really do.
I think you could do anywho. Start saying anywho. I bet you'll be more popular. You'll have more women.
Oh, anywho.
Okay, it's on. I got it on my phone. Now, how does a man get this to my computer?
Well, I can send you the email. How's that?
There you go. We'll get this on. I like that. Colin Mockery.
Colin Mockery. And eventually.
On Memo, MEMMO is the name. Memo.me. He's on there.
Menmo.
And it's a video from Colin Mockery. I'll show you this much regarding the great Brad Pitt. The great Brad Pitt. There's Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I was in a play called Who Am I This Time? So I have a lot in common with old Mockery. I've never. There's a second roof truck out there. These guys are swarming my neighborhood, and I'm not sure why.
Well, they must have a hole in a roof somewhere, right?
Yeah, but they pull right in the middle of the road. I can't get out my driveway, which I don't need to right now, but they're probably just dropping off the roofing.
Probably. There you go. No, but yeah, I don't know how to play that for you guys. If I could, I would. Actually, I bet you I could. Let me
Did
see.
you email it to me?
I did, but I think I figured out a way for me to post it
You can get
possibly. Give me a second here. Let me see here. Let me see here.
Might have to remove this section of hair. I hate to say it. Just get rid of this. Right here.
Listen, Vince.
I am not that clever. That guy's a great artist, man. This guy won't say his last name, but he has a greatest comb over. It's a swirl. It's a swirl on top. And I saw him with it down, and he's got longer hair than like Russell Brand even. It's crazy. He looked like an ancient gypsy. But we won't say anything about his last name. He's a dental technician.
Yes, exactly.
But he's not as white as me. I'm so pale. I'm so pale right now.
I'm so pale.
Check out that video. It's like news bloopers. You got me into the news bloopers.
I'm so pale.
I'm so pale.
That's funny stuff.
My cat keeps opening the curtain and throwing a light.
Well, you know what? The fact that your cat can throw anything is pretty awesome.
Hell of a ball player, shortstop.
Okay, so ho. I think that I actually may have.
You gonna get that video to me?
I email it to you, but I think that actually I have.
You try it, but now I have it.
I think I have it right here. So.
Yeah.
So if I go like this, if I go back to this, back to you, and then I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is our little project for how we can do fundraisers and so forth. We talked about utilizing the Brad Pitt coins in particular, and I'm trying to get this to him so he can actually help us go forward with it, and hopefully this will happen. Well, it will happen, but
yeah, and it was
in the process of making a Bitcoin right now. So
it became part of like a whole campaign concept because it had anything with that rhymes with it. It's basically Itcoin, Pitcoin, whatever.
Yeah.
Mitcoin.
Yep. Well, I think that.
But we're not going to let Mitt Romney use it to earn funds for his next campaign. So.
No, but we can listen right now to our spokesman. Hang on one moment here. Here he is. I think we can do this. Bam.
Hey there, Brad Pitt. Colin Murphy from Whose Line Is It Anyway here, international comedy icon, role model to everyone.
Are you showing it? Let me see.
Once upon a time.
Do you not see that?
Son of a bitch up. Oh, sorry. Turn that up.
I heard when you didn't mention me in your thank you speech. No, I understand. I totally understand. But what's going on? Well, let me tell you.
I'm going to overdub that. I can't hear it.
No, that's no good. I wonder why.
Keep trying.
Same thing as like I've got turned up. See, that's the same thing as I hear when you play something. I can't hear it. I wonder why.
Well, let's work on that. But could you tell the people that leave his picture up there and let him talk? We like him. But he's a star. He's a legitimate star, and he threw out your idea, and we're going to try to give it to Brad Pitt.
Each, which
oh, he said I look good this morning. Thank you.
Right. Yes.
Well, let's work on this over the next day, and we'll have it for tomorrow. This is cool, though. This concept that you got going, where you had him do an advertisement for you. He's so convincing and persuasive, and he even said to you at the end, the idea is really good.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I think that I love the part right there where he says, "You probably don't have to pay for it, Brad. It's lunch."
Yeah. The concept.
And he goes, "I don't get to pay for it." And he's like this. He goes, "But even if you did, you're Brad Pitt."
Yeah. So these people buy digital pick coins, and they're like $20 or 100 or whatever, and they go towards. He gets a certain amount, so you raise funds, say 50 grand for your nonprofit, and then he picks one of the coins, ran,
Well, these
somehow,
ones,
yeah, and then
these
you
ones
go
in
to lunch.
particular, these ones in particular, I set the goal for $100,000, and that would have to be 5,000 people buying a ticket at $50 a piece, or excuse me, 5,000. Yeah, 5,000 people at $20 a piece, which I thought Brad Pitt, that'd be pretty easy for him to get 5,000 women to
Yeah.
buy a friggin' ticket, you know?
You could even go the other route, charge 100 a ticket, and just sell 1,000.
Sure.
I'd
Yeah,
pay
you could.
100. I'd pay 100 for a one in 1,000 chance if it was a good charity. Well, a lot of people don't even care if they win; they just want to help.
Yeah, yeah, and
I'd buy one for a friend that I know that he would love that, so I'd buy him one.
but for $100, you wouldn't buy your friend one. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I would, and I'm not even wealthy. Somebody that makes say $5,000 a week, I know guys like that. They'd do it.
Yeah, they do.
There's so many people. There's 1,000 people in
Well, you
our.
can buy as many coins as you want. You know what I mean? The more coins,
Yeah. Well,
the more coins you have, the more coins go into the bucket for him to pull.
yeah, I know guys that would buy 10.
Right.
Even if they're 100, you go either route. You could do it on smaller events for not Brad Pitt, but something you could do it for $5 tickets for a different thing.
Well, the using the digital coins, digital
Yeah.
currency, as a ploy for actual just to go to a nonprofit, I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's clever and silly, and people like it.
and we have the Bitcoin, and we have a Bytecoin possibly with Jared from Subway. I'm just kidding. No. That'd be good, right? The Bytecoin. Jared from Subway.
What, was he into biting people?
Well, no, but he's ended up eating
Yeah.
Subway, eating Subway, eat fresh, except for you just never knew how fresh he was going to get.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. Let's keep on going. Boom, boom. Eat fresh, like underage.
Well, I like the hit coin and the fit coin, as you said.
Yeah, I think the hit coin could be like anywhere from like Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Hit coin that'd be good. Or shoot, and the fight coin you could have.
Well, hit coin could be Seth Rogen. He takes a lot of hits of pot.
That's true. I mean, you could have Snoop Dogg, hit coin.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hit me up, man. Buy a hit coin. We might get to have lunch, smoke some weed together. It'd be a different crowd.
I'll give you a hit. You give me a hit, I give you a hit. Yeah, whatever.
You know how many people would pay $20 to possibly go get stoned with
Snoop Dogg? Oh,
Dogg?
shit. I
Everybody.
didn't even smoke pot, and I would totally do that.
Yeah, I'd go just to watch him and his buddies and talk. But I'd do it. I'd do it too. But even if you didn't smoke pot, just go hang out with him.
Oh, I'd smoke out with Snoop. Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, when in Rome, baby. When in Rome. And that's yeah, no. I grew up with him, and I didn't grow up with him, but I grew up with him in the world when I was there, and I was a teenager, and he came on the scene. I was not at the time. I was a big fan actually when he first came out for first multiple years, and then I was kind of like, well, I wasn't quite impressed with him. I was more impressed with him now because of when the movie that Northwest or the NWA movie came out.
Oh yeah.
And they showed him having the skills to begin with. That impressed me because I didn't know how actually skilled he was in the beginning. I mean, he actually had a lot of skill. Problem is that now I think that he doesn't do much music because he gets more money off of playing the stoner role everywhere.
Yeah, he's just Snoop. He did the announcing at the Tyson fight. We also talked about the It coin with this guy.
Yeah, there you go. It's Stephen King, baby.
This
If you
is
can
the
get
best
an It
Stephen
coin,
King.
oh man.
Easily the best Stephen King book ever.
Well, I would buy a $20 coin to buy it with Stephen King. I'm certain, and I bet you he's a little more accessible than some of these other ones.
Yeah, lunch with Stephen King would be amazing. I'd love to talk about that book.
That's actually almost better than I honestly think that I would buy. I'd buy 5 for you, 5 for
I buy it for Alan Rose. if he likes Stephen King. He's a writer guy.
Well, either way,
I wouldn't
would-
risk it though, because that's the kind of thing he goes, I find him derivative. You know what I mean? So writers like Alan, he might go, I find him very derivative, not like Stephen King. There are a lot of guys that don't like Stephen King, a lot of writers.
Yeah. Well, and
That's okay.
they can fuck
still
off.
people.
The Stephen King is amazing.
Well, they shouldn't be allowed to be citizens. Nothing against
Right?
nothing
Yeah.
Alan
Yeah.
thinks.
No, I think, but I mean,
Disclaimer,
I-
disclaimer.
I
Got a
understand.
disclaimer here. I got to make a disclaimer. I'm not
Okay.
saying Alan Rose doesn't like him. I'm just saying some writers would come at you with that. I've had so many. Oh, he's very predictable. It's like, no, he's good.
No, yeah. And the thing is that the reason why I said in some of his books, I will admit, and I was a huge fan. I am a huge fan, but some of his books early on, they'd go on a bird walk for quite a long time. You know what I mean? And he goes into so much depth into each character. That way, in particular, he could write his own story about that character.
Yeah.
And you don't need that all the time. And I realize that, and
Yeah.
it bugs me sometimes. But
I don't like to over describe things. I've read books where they describe the lamp in the detective's office for 3 pages. No. Well, my friend Johan, the bee guy, he wanted me to describe this lamp in detail. I said, no, the lamp's insignificant. It's not an important lamp. It had nothing to do with the story, but he wanted me to really describe this lamp. And I said, no, I hate that. If I read a book and they're describing the curtains too long, I'm like, I'm done with this book.
yeah, I wouldn't.
You don't need it. You don't need it. It's he walked into a damp room or whatever, and sometimes they over describe the character the way they look, and then I'm done with the character. I don't want to know how the character looks. I want to know what they do.
Well, I mean, depending on what I script, I would write the what he looks like, and how.
Well, then you
Yeah.
limit yourself. They can't, you know what I mean? If you write what they look like, then the actors, it limits the actors.
Yeah, sure, I get
But
that.
like Jack Reacher, he had a 6'5" guy, so that was his thing. The guy was tall. That's important, but not like
And
how the
Jack
hair
Reacher,
is.
how
I don't
tall
wanna
is he
know.
really?
What?
And how tall is Jack Reacher really?
Well, it's a character. He's 6'5", and so that's
He's
why.
not. He's 5'6", 5'5".
No, he had to get rid of Tom Cruise. His fans demanded. No, they did. No, honestly, this is a true story. His fans demanded no more movies with Tom Cruise. Jack Reacher's 6'5", and the writer Lee Child agreed. Sorry, Tom, he had to move on.
So,
No more short Jack Reacher.
is there more Jack Reacher movies out there coming then?
There's potentially, because he still writes those, but he promised his fans no more Tom Cruise. Can't
Yeah.
have a short Jack Reacher.
Okay, and then I understand using him the first time, but yeah, in the second, they used it twice. I mean, I like the second movie better. I'm not sure.
Well, but the fans were mad because you can't have
Yeah.
a 6'5" guy.
It didn't
by
make
5'6".
sense. It did
But,
make sense.
I watch or I read books, and I don't want to know what Mike Hammer looks like. I figure it out myself. I don't want them to over describe it, which they don't. I don't
Yeah, I
want to
think
know
that-
what he looks like because I want to be him when I'm reading the book. And if he's fat or if he's 6'5", I'm out.
Right? Yeah. I mean, when a ninja comes to your house, you don't want a pygmy ninja, and you don't want a 6'8" ninja. You know what I mean? That'd
Oh,
be,
yeah.
be creepy. That'd be creepy. You
I
assume
see-
that ninja is going to be 5'6" or 5'5" or 5 foot. Nothing
Yeah.
above 5'8". I think, because you think of an Asian person in particular. They have some very, very, very tall Asians, by the way.
Yeah. But,
But-
like in a book, if I'm reading it, I don't mind them describing like a guy likes this gal that walks in, describe a little, but if they give too much, they can risk alienating the reader. I'm like, yeah, don't like that.
Well, I mean, if you
They
say
say she
sparkle,
carried herself with elegance, then I go, oh,
Yeah.
oh, her
Yeah.
purse was a
This-
fine, yeah,
yeah, the sparkle in her eye, it doesn't mean
yeah.
the curly red hair in a sparkle of her green eye.
They
and
could say
jade,
she was a dashing brunette, and you're like, or whatever, and you're like, yeah. I saw her as a
Wow.
blonde.
Yeah, see, exactly. Now you can try and I mean, you can do that, push them a little bit one way or the other,
Yeah, yeah.
which is fine. If there's a reason for it,
Yeah,
but
there's a
no.
reason why we want to know what they look like. But I didn't know reading To Kill a Mockingbird what Atticus or any of them look like.
Yeah,
Then I saw the movie. I saw the movie and I liked how they did it. I liked all the looks.
Yeah, I think that the one person in that movie that threw me off was Rob. I mean, by the way he looked, was Robert. What was his name? Robert. Not Boo Radley. Yeah,
Duvall, Robert Duvall.
Boo Radley. Yeah, that was unexpected. I did not expect him to look the way he did.
Oh,
I thought Boo Radley was more of a bigger, menacing character,
yeah.
and he wasn't. You know what I mean? And that actually, when I read that as a kid, I saw Robert Duvall. It made me more fearful towards people actually because all of a sudden he was more of he looked more normal than I expected. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that actually kind of threw some fear in my mind because if somebody is normal, you never know. They're mentally, they're mentally challenged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I assumed in my head he was a developmentally disabled lug, big dude who's really nice or whatever. But in the end,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I have that character Freddy, and I just tell people he's a mountain of a man. I don't get into his looks, but the fact he's big and like he has paws, just big hands, and his
Yeah.
boots are giant, and he's big and he's sweet, like you said. It's maybe
hung
he's
like a
mentally
friggin' horse,
Yeah, he's strong, and they're joking. Can he fight this? Is he going to fight this bear and shit? Because in the
Yeah.
old days, they used to do that. They bring bears in for guys to fight.
Yeah, yeah. They put a muzzle over him, I think.
Yeah, in
Pretty sure.
Longview, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, there's no muzzles except on the women in the crowd. Just kidding. Whoa!
Yeah, no.
I got the drum set now. Let's get that going.
Yeah, we need to find one of those little a joke thing actually, a little button or something like that. So
Where?
somebody just press that button or
Well, we got a little boom.
yeah, but I mean
All
if
you
we
need
have
is a
that,
snare and a cymbal.
yeah, well I think there's what is that called? Comic relief? No. Huh.
Well, I bought a thing for $100 years ago called the Boing Box, and it's just a box, and you push it, and it does falling down the stairs. It does boink. It does what you're saying. Boom, boom. It had 100 of them. It was so cool.
Yeah,
You can
well let's
find that
find
on an app. If you have that on an app, it's
yeah, but then you have to
hilarious.
find it. If you have a button, just go ping,
Yeah.
and then somebody can do that. Because if we do it on an app now, somebody else is gonna find their phone. They gotta press the fucking button at the same time. What is that called?
Well, we got the drum set back there, and if you could just get really good, and one guy says something, and the other guy does the sound effect. We need a Michael Winslow class.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what that's called when it's like dun 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 dun. Or
Well, there's the rim shot after every bad joke Johnny Carson told. Ba-dum-bum. The rim shot. It's a good one. That should be a drink at Grant's. Try a rim shot for your friends who think they're funny, but they're not. Do you have friends like that?
yeah, it's totally. But as far as it goes, yes, the rim shot.
You got that?
You hear that?
Yeah, that was pretty good. It's to me, I like the ba-dum-bump. Boom.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing right there. I just played that. Let's see here. Let's get it back. Where'd it go? Where did it go, folks? Where did it go?
I'm thinking it's boom, boom, boom. How to do
Yeah.
a rim shot. You won't be able to hear it though. Your inability to hear the rim shot is disturbing, and it challenges me grammatically.
Oh, weird. I had that on
Why
there.
don't you
just a
play
moment
the
ago.
rim shot, man?
Huh?
Why don't you play the rim shot, man?
I did, and it
Can you
played.
hear this? Oh,
No, I can't.
he's gonna teach us all three.
Once this thing plays, and I rewind it. That's horrible. Okay, sorry, folks.
3 hits of a stick.
Dead space.
That's the 3 hit. Here's a joke.
You hear that? Nice, yeah.
This guy's too talky.
Yeah, see, they all just. They all have
Oh,
this.
that was good.
Yeah, we suck, though, folks. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, I totally get the. You can't hear that,
I
can
got to
you?
get rid of this guy. Yeah, that'd be funny. This guy was talking about at church playing, doing rim shots if you're in the church, man, and freaking out the minister. That's kind of funny. We need that guy.
Do you
Rim shots are great for a lot of reasons. They're not just for
you
bad
can't hear that though,
jokes.
can you?
What's that? I can't hear yours. You can't hear mine. So rim shots kind of funny, but let's see. Let's watch him. This guy. Jeez, it's hard to show this stuff. This guy. Let's see what he's got.
That's the weirdest thing in the world. I can't hear a word.
Yeah, this guy's doing everything but playing a rim shot. Okay. You know it though. Boom. I like the boom, boom. Ka-dum, boom. It's 2 hits of the snare
don't hear
drum
that,
and a
do you?
cymbal. 2 hits of a snare drum and a cymbal. That's what I'm sticking with.
Yeah, you can't hear this, and I'm playing it over and over and over.
Oh, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. We'll have
Where's
to
my,
get the
where's
PA
my
going.
freaking microphone? Where is the microphone? The microphone is up here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running off my PA. There you go.
Did you hear it?
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
There's one. Okay. Because I'm like,
Something like that. I like a boom, and I'll show you when you come over sometime. Now you're heading out of town today, am I right?
no, I don't think I am.
And you keep your key under the
I keep my key under my
statue.
dog,
Oh, okay.
under my alligator, under my alligator.
There you
Yeah,
go.
perfect.
Have
Then
Kibbles in Bitcoin for your dog.
it was in Bitcoin. There you go. Well,
That's a little stretch. Britcoin
Yeah.
for Britney Spears. She could have lunch with Britney Spears. I
What's
think I'll
that?
pass. I'll pass on lunch with Britney Spears, but that's okay.
yeah. Well, I like Britney's rears. That'd be nice to have.
Oh wow,
There you go.
sexist humor.
And you know what? But the thing is that
I know.
Britney Rears is still cute. Britney Rears is still cute. No, Britney Spears.
She's
is
been through a
pretty
lot,
cute.
and I'll never put her down because they will attack you for putting her down.
She's been through a lot. I like to put her through more. Just to let you know. No, you know that's why I don't know.
I think she's a good singer. I don't even care about the sex.
I think
symbol
she's
crap.
great. She's amazing. Who cares? You know, she has
As
her
an
own
old
stuff.
man, I can say I don't care about the sex symbol crap. I just want to know, is it a good song? It's freeing. It's freeing to be dead inside. No, just kidding.
you know, that's like all the black songs that like
Which side?
Rolling
is it?
Stones sings.
Oh gosh,
You know, they're very, very dark.
some
Very
of them.
dark. Yeah, I mean,
Well, he sees a red door and he wants it painted black, and he's no colors anymore. Then he has one. I sit and watch as tears go by. It's depressing as heck.
which song is that?
It's called Tears As Tears Go By. He says he sings, "It is the evening of the day," and it's like he's depressed.
So glad. that
Yeah,
you're
he
not
sits
singing
and
that
I
song.
sit and watch the children play. I sit and watch as tears go by. It's like
I'm
dude,
having tears in my eyes right now listening to it, Brian. So I'm
yeah,
assuming.
the music video. It's him singing that and then slowly bringing the gun up to the head.
Oh, really?
Sit and watch as tears. No, he's not doing that, but it's a
I
depressing
remember that
song, but
song.
it's
Ah,
so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I think I heard that one before.
Your riches can't buy everything, and it's just wild.
Yeah, you know, that's like the newer guy, Justin Bieber. Newer, I'm saying in regards to.
Yeah.
But Justin Bieber's songs is like "I'm So Lonely Now" or something like that. It is
Yeah,
a
well,
good song, and
It'd be very lonely to be him. He's such a level, and everybody misunderstands him, and then people put
Right.
him down.
yeah, have you heard that song I'm talking about?
No, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really good. And at first I thought it was a bebop song like most of the stuff, but then I was like listening to the words and I think, wow, he's saying, I want like somebody to
Yeah, he wants a
gosh.
normal life, and
get in life. And he's like, what do you do when you have everything? You know?
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
a
you
good.
just- but besides, nobody to be friends with, you know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, Justin, I'll be a buddy. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's funny. He's a good
Yeah,
actor.
Justin.
He was funny as heck on Saturday Night Live. He was
He's
hilarious.
multi-talented kid, yeah. Multi-talented kid. I don't know how old he is now, but
I don't know. I bet he's not even 30. I mean, he seems young.
he still dresses really young, but you know, I don't know how old he. Yeah, let's look up, because Justin Bieber.
Well, I'm looking it up really quick. Justin Bieber. Yeah,
Justin Bieber is
he's 27. He has a cool song about where he mentions that he's worth 285 million. Where my mom doesn't like you and she likes everybody. It's like he's talking about this galleys. They broke up. It's pretty good.
well, Justin Bieber said that his drug problem was so bad that his bodyguards would check his pulse while he slept. You know,
Good idea. See, that's good bodyguards. I like it. I want to know who these bodyguards are. These are really caring people. Or they were just worried if he died, it'd be
but Justin Bieber's been married before. I know that.
Really?
Haley Baldwin,
Oh, I think related to Alec, but I'm not sure.
maybe. But yeah, no, that's not good. But either way, he's at that critical time in his life, folks. Right now, age 27 is the magical number for people to die. So
Yeah, he just turned 27. So let's get him through this year and he can move on with his life.
yeah,
I think he got into Christianity and he has a ministry he works with, and I think that's good. And then if he can get into physical fitness and
he was
just
pretty buff last time I saw him. I think he did.
yeah, but just really push that. If he pushes the fitness and then his spiritual help, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, so they have a magazine coming out in May for like what magazine is it? It is GQ's May issue. He's gonna talk about all his drug issues and stuff that he had. So
Well, he
pretty
could
bad.
he could do a hit coin because he's had so many hits. It's unbelievable.
Right, there you go.
Jeez,
Yeah.
his top 10 hits. He's had number ones, I believe.
A
And
10
didn't
coin.
he have a
He can do a 10 coin. Just
didn't
10
he have
coin.
a monkey at one point?
I wouldn't surprise me. He
I
probably
think he
had
brought a monkey across the country, across international lines or something, and got in trouble.
that's you gotta cross the line somewhere.
Yeah, I like him though, and if people don't like that, it's too bad.
Yeah. Now Justin Bieber's a stud. He really is. I mean, I always give everybody a ration of crap because it's not me type of thing, you know. At
It's
first,
jealousy and envy, but in reality, he worked hard and it worked.
yeah, he worked his butt off, man. But he made it so popular so quick as a kid. That,
Yeah. I don't think he was
you
ready
have to
for
feel
that.
bad for him. You know, you feel bad because he literally that song, his newest song will give you a new appreciation for his art because he is such a stud, and he's, you know, God bless him for going through all the stuff he has, and he's a talented individual. So
Well, to get that successful that early, all these kids dream of being rock stars, but they don't
Was
think
he
it's going to
13?
happen that day. I mean,
14?
it was like boom. All kids want their band to be big, but they don't want to be that big. They don't realize that suddenly being that rich and famous can really ruin a young person.
oh, totally horrible. Yeah.
But watch him on SNL about 10 years ago. Hilarious. He was great.
Anyone. I think the song's called Anyone, actually.
Anyone. Justin Bieber.
Oh, hang on.
I'll go on Facebook and say, unfriend me right now if you don't like Justin Bieber. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So okay, so but I want to make sure it's the right song. Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure it's Anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Can't
listen to it. We'll
Yeah, I can't
check
listen
it
to it.
out.
Currently, because my guess is there is probably copyrights on that song, so we won't do that.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You know, what's funny is that I don't know. We need to figure that out a little more because if I want to play on some dramatic music of some sort, you should be able to do something. My friend, by the way, if you get a chance, check out Chocolate Man in Thailand, folks. Chocolate Man in Thailand. He's a Longview guy. who's now over in Thailand, retired, and he's a professional photographer, but he has started vlogging and becoming a blogger. And he's got a very new video out today, I think it was, or yesterday.
What's it about?
It's a floods over in Thailand. So but he has some music playing in the background. And I'm like, how does he do that? Add that music on there that quick and stuff, you know? I've been noticing he's been adding on music and stuff now and again. And
But is he live or is he pre-tape or is he pre-shot?
What do you mean?
Is he doing this all live or is it something?
No, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Usually,
yeah, but if it's not live, we can add music and sound effects and everything. If it's not live, you have no limits.
Yeah. No, he's when he does the live streams, he's live. But a lot of times, like this one in particular, he uses drone and stuff, and he's not live. So
yeah,
you know, but it's only like a 5-minute video probably. But Chocolate Man in Thailand, and it's really cool. It's April 14th. What day is today, actually?
Today
April
is
14th.
April
Yeah, so
14th. April 14th.
Yeah, so it was yesterday for him, today for us, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brutal. The flooding has been brutal over there. So yeah, you see the streets. But he's added music to it already. Everything whatever he wants to do, he just boom, he's got it. He knows. So we need to take a class on this stuff. We need to do.
Yeah. Well, they should call it Tile Land because apparently women there want you to send them money so they can tile their bathrooms. It's an interesting thing I didn't know about.
Right. Well, yeah.
I was so busy working on my grammatical ability.
Was that it's me, Sai, or was that?
I don't know. It just
Sweet
pops
Pea?
up on my feed once in a while. But okay, here he is from 2013. Justin Bieber is on SNL. There's his he was musical guest and did a skit.
Yeah.
There he is. He's funny.
Yeah,
He
very
looks
talented guy.
he looks a
Miley
lot
Cyrus
like
fan. It's funny.
yeah, he looks a lot like Kate McKinnon. She does him, and it's hilarious. Look at
Yeah,
that.
she does a good job. Yep, she does a good
Yeah,
job.
he did good. That was a good show. That was when he was still happy. It was early. You know, he wasn't disillusioned yet, but he'll be back.
Yeah, you know, I wonder why we can't do. I mean, if we go right to playing a video on his, view it together. That's kind of silly that you can't do that.
We'll figure it out. That's just technical. Today, feel
but I
free.
mean-
Not yesterday. Not yesterday. No tech yesterday. I had to stay off the stuff.
But I mean, why can't we, without getting in trouble, view the video at the same time? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's that. I think we just have sound issues. I can't hear yours. You can't hear mine.
Yeah.
We'll get that figured out. That's probably something.
Are we allowed to? We can't show music or get new text.
Can't show music with the sound. You can't play. Music's a big deal on YouTube. On Facebook, you could play it. They don't care because you're not monetizing, I guess, or something. But Facebook will let you play a song, but not very long. And then YouTube just freaks out because if I mentioned this land, me singing earlier might get us a copyright warning. Me singing a famous song on
Not
YouTube.
the way you sang it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know how they would know.
No, but you can't. They can't bust you for that. That's not the.
Well, they didn't bust us, but they gave us a copyright warning when Peter Madden sang "This Land Is Your Land." And then the Jennifer Johnson show got a bunch of copyright strikes. Joe got tons. Yeah, and this is only on YouTube. He hasn't been on YouTube yet, but if we put Joe's on YouTube, he'll get copyright strikes. But they won't cancel the show. They just say you can't monetize.
Yep, no big deal. Actually, yeah.
Sad. I wish they'd let us play a little music. We're not trying to steal it. We're not making money. But
Yeah. So I'm not sure about that one, folks. If you know more about this, please let us know.
we're learning. There's videos everywhere.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I wish they'd loosen up because we're not trying to make money, but the music's so good and it adds so much.
yeah. Well, I think that just we talk about things and we want to go, okay, like right now you grabbed a book, Stephen King book, and you showed it to us, right?
Yeah.
Now, why the hell can they do that without, you know what I mean? Because that is music for somebody else, or that is.
Well, I'm just
Mhm.
showing the book. I'm not showing inside what it says. I can show an album cover. You know, I can show an album cover.
Yeah, you can show lyrics.
Yeah. I show a picture of Ted Nugent. I might be able to show lyrics. I'm not sure on that. It's scary. But I have a vaccine passport, so it's all good.
Right? No, I think in particular you should be able to. And what's the difference on that whole thing?
I don't know. It's a bunch of rigmarole. It's a hoax.
It's a bunch of rigmarole. It's just a bunch of
That's a great word, rigmarole.
balloony. But okay, you ready to go on this one? Are we out of here?
I think
folks?
we're over an hour
I didn't
now.
realize that. I didn't
Call me
realize that.
after
Okay,
this
so
if
hang
you
on.
want.
I'll go over the top here. Let me.
We'll see you tomorrow. Over the
Over
Top,
the
starring
top.
Sylvester Stallone in the 1980s. Remember that? Over the
Yeah.
Top.
Ready?
Okay, I predict a victory. Boom, boom, boom. Oh wow. Boom, boom, boom.
Aha,
You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. I'm going downhill, folks. Talk to you later. Sayonara, buckanara.